All right, big spot here for the former undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Исраэль Adesanya, and he's not too emotionally attached to a lot of these results. I expect a big effort out of him here tonight.
You know, John, I love that you teed it up that way, because I was just thinking that for a guy that seemed to be on a rocket ship to the moon, becoming a middleweight champion, he handles adversity as well as anyone I've ever seen. When he lost to Jan Blachowicz, when he tried to become double champion, still even keel. When he lost his championship, even keel. I believe that ability will allow for him to work his way back to a championship opportunity, where I expect him to be very competitive and possibly earn himself the belt back.
And skill for skill, there are a lot of people that still believe he's the best middleweight in the world. A lot of the elite 185-pounders believe that Izzy and not necessarily Pereira represent the toughest matchup for them. We'll see how Adesanya fares in this critical matchup here tonight. Doubt him now, folks. Doubt him now. The undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Дрикус, Plessi, and even though, of course, he wanted to beat Исраэль Adesanya for the title, it ended up being Sean Strickland. This man's the best in the world, and he has had knockers and doubters every step of the way. They knocked his cardio. They knocked his grappling. The man can fight. The man's a born fighter, as are a lot of individuals who grow up in South Africa. And now that he's the champion, in theory, he's 20 to 30% better. We'll see if the incumbent can get dethroned here tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Here once more, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Исраэль, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Дрикус, still not to Plessi.
The veteran Herbert Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
Well, if you talk to Исраэль Adesanya, he'll tell you, I don't force the finish. I like to let it come to me, and that is certainly what happened.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Nice straight there by Adesanya.
Oh, kick. Oh, nice right hand.
Beautiful jab by him there, really taking advantage of what is an obvious edge and reach. Man, these guys have some chins on them. Huge shots being landed on both sides.
This is a terrible position.
Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guards.
Side control now. Plessi's in half guard. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. We cross the midpoint in round 1.
Big fight, man. Oh, big elbow. Oh, nice right hand. Oh, big elbow. Good takedown defense by Israel.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. Back to the jab now.
He's got to start kicking the body, kicking the head. He's just got to start kicking.
And he lands another combination here, really. Always be closing. Busy in the clinch here, the punch is good. Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You got to go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's ripe for the picking. Go and pick the fruit.
Adesanya's eye is closing up. Push kick there to the body. Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands.
Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done.
Oh, he hurt him again, bro. That was lightning fast, that right hand.
What an end to round one. All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, there's the end of the round. So it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands. His opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking back to your stool. Your opponent staggering back to his corner and being hopeful that he can get it back together before the start of the next round.
All right, round two. Oh, beautiful land there by Adesanya. You hear this crowd just eating out of his hand, oohing and on every time he advances.
I mean, he just captures your imagination from the walkout to the entrance when he's in the octagon, the fighting style. He just kind of has that thing that makes you want to stop and stare at Исраэль Adesanya.
Well, no surprise there as he lets his opponent stand back up.
Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Oh, Superman punch.
Oh, nice. Oh! That one landed clean. Nice shot there by the champ.
Really using his reach advantage to great effect with that punch there. Oh, looked like that strike from the bottom fighter got the crowd's attention. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Oh, getting leaky now. The hard ground and pound has opened up a cut.
Big right hook there by the champ.
All right, so he's got the body locked down here, DC, or so it appears. This is not a guy you want anywhere near your back.
That was nice. Look at him, he's setting up the choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
Oh, he's in trouble here, DC.
He's got the triangle with a lot of pressure going down on his opponent. Oh, he's getting submitted.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, but submission defense wins this transition.
Исраэль Adesanya in half court.
Oh, this is where you don't want to be, though. Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top. And now he's got the back. this is some high-level, efficient, effective ground and pound by Adesanya. Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
And the horn sounds on round 2. Heading back to the corner now after that round. Du Plessis got a nasty cut above the eye. The cut man has some work to do here between rounds.
Perfect round. I need you to go out there and do more of that.
All right, so the cut man attends to the fighter who has essentially been rendered a one-eyed fighter at this point in time. Some replays from the previous round.
No defensive intent, no defensive intensity. No attention to his defense, and this costing him. Now he's dealing with a massive cut over his eye, and that's gonna make it hard for him to see. He's gotta change something, man, he's got to.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. Right on the button.
I mean, is this thing on repeat? How many times can you say punch to the head? Oh, he hurt him bad with a jab.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Adesanya gets caught by that straight punch there. And now some separation.
Lands a solid kick right there.
Back and forth we go. Oh! Oh, this could just about do it. Well, we may have the best cut men and women in the business, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much with that cut. It continues to widen with every passing strike.
And you're fighting a great fighter. It's hard to deal with the damage of the cut while dealing with the level of the fighter in front of you. Right now, you've got to do something different to try and change the way that this fight is playing out.
Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Oh!
He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, big left hand! Well, you've got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Well, this is absolutely... It's less than 2 minutes now to go. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Oh, that's going to soften him up. Massive knee to the body. So the blood really starting to flow. Every time that area gets targeted, that cut's getting worse.
It's getting worse and worse, and you see the blood starting to come down. That is when you start to watch the fighter to see what type of effect it's starting to take on him, whether or not he's reaching for it, whether or not he's confused by where it's at. You got to start to watch his reactions now as we go forward.
45 seconds remain in the round. Du Plessis' thigh and the outside of it really starting to bruise here. You wonder how much weight he can put on that leg moving forward. 20 seconds to go. Nice job to get the foot off the canvas and to the target quickly. Beautiful inside leg kick by Adesanya. Right hand counter. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, so the round is over, and you see some obvious bleeding now. Looks like the cut is on the nose. Yes, it is. Cutman will try to get in there and shut it, but of course, as soon as he absorbs a strike this next round, that thing could reopen. Certainly bears watching here moving forward. All right, let's now look back at some of the action from that round. He went headhunting, landed, nearly got the finish, too.
A lot of coaches tell you don't headhunt. In this case, he's been headhunting, and he landed a big enough shot to truly put his opponent on notice.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. Fourth round is underway. You've got a thing or two to say about these championship rounds.
The fourth round is easily the hardest round in fighting. You're so used to... Oh!
Might get the TKO here. Oh, elbows up top.
In the half guard.
Continues to apply pressure here in half guard. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks. Nice.
Plessi's got him in a crucifix. Gonna work from the top now. Well, the fighter's gonna have to address this offense coming his way. He's getting really bloody around that eye.
Yeah, now it's just become a big target because his opponent is just seeing the blood and he's just going after it. He has got to move his head before the strike starts coming in his direction. All these actions, though, these big actions gotta wear on the gas tank of both guys.
And it looks as though he'll let his opponent stand up here. Yes, he will. Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of... Oh, big diving punch to the head. All right, full guard here, DC. We'll see how soon he tries to pass.
Well, he needs to be passing immediately. In the full guard is where you are in most danger as a top fighter because they have all of their submissions. Right. They have the guillotine, they have the armbar, they have the kimuras, they have all their locks when they're in the full guard. So if you pass, you really do limit the danger that you're in from the top position.
Oh, that cut is getting worse with every passing ground strike as he lands again. Plessi gets caught with that punch. All right, good back and forth action, but they pause things here, DC. They're going to call in the ringside physician and take a look at what is a nasty cut.
Well, he's got to check on it because you don't know if the fighter's going to be able to continue. Fighters always want to fight, but it's up to the ringside physician to tell them if they're capable of it.
Now he will consult with the referee. It looks as though this fight is going to continue.
Let's go. I was worried. I was worried about that one.
Ready.
All right, well, this fighter was bullish in his desire to continue, and the doctor is going to afford him that opportunity as the referee gets us back underway.
This guy's a fighter, man. This guy doesn't want to lose a fight on the stool. He wants an opportunity to go out there and go out on his shield. And that's exactly what he's getting. He's getting a chance, and as a fighter, that's all you can ask for.
And you know fans don't like doctor stoppages, so they are thrilled.
They start booing. And sometimes...
Oh! And that will do it!
Oh, my goodness!
With one of the greatest knockouts you will see!
Oh my goodness!
All right, here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 36 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Дрикус Plessi.
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty